So, how many months has it been since we last spoke?
I think 8 or so. It was
8
in
months or so.
October.
It was, yeah.
No, November. November
November.
with Omnium Gatherum tour, yeah.
Yes.
Not that long ago, no.
No. And since then, you've been all over the world.
Yeah, that feels a lot longer. The tour feels a lot longer than the time that has been between us seeing it last time. So I don't think I will ever see home. I think I will die on this bus. That's my honest answer. I just want to say to my mom, my dad, you did a good job. I love you all. I'm probably not coming home. This is honestly how I feel today. I have a bit of rough sleep, so
No,
I lost all hope like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh dear. But it should be a good night tonight in Glasgow.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, because it's your first time actually being
It
in
is,
Glasgow.
yeah.
So, have you had a chance to explore yet, or?
I
not
did
really?
see the cemetery, was it necropolis or what's the...
Oh yeah.
That's an amazing area. So, but that's all. I had only like 2 hours. I usually try to use some time to see the city where we play.
But how has the tour been so far? This is like it's sort of 2/3 of the way through now. Is
Yeah,
that right?
yeah. Now this is the part when you see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you're not sure if it's the light of the train.
Yeah.
But it's been going really well. It's just you start to feel in your bones at some point that you've done already 5 tours after the album release. So then all the daily routines are scheduled. Like I've done literally 125 load-ins and load-outs and sound checks
Yep.
after the last album came out. So, and all those days includes me sleeping in the bunk of the bus. I have like almost 200 traveling days altogether.
Yeah.
So that it's starting to feel good that I know that this is the last tour of the. Even though things have been going well, but this is it's a different thing to do the first tour or the last. So it feels heavier now than last time when we meet.
No, but at least so this is going to be the last tour for the album then.
Yeah,
before-
last longer tour at least.
longer
We might do some shorter runs or weekend trips, but not this length anymore.
Okay. As well, you're working on the new Dawn of Solace.
Yes.
So how's that progressing? Like,
I have like 90% of the album composed, which is a lot more than I usually have before going to studio. So, and we're gonna start recordings in 8th of September.
Oh, nice.
So, it's kind of like the creative work is mostly already done now. I just need to find the time for the studio, get everything ready for the release, and so it's on its way.
Yeah. So will it be yourself playing all the instruments again like last time?
I'm gonna have some guitar players doing guest solos, like I actually had on the first album already.
Oh yeah.
So, not with these fingers. It's just you need to know the realities.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's gonna be some solos coming, but otherwise I'm gonna do all the instruments.
Oh, nice. And I remember you saying with AP&P that it's mainly clean vocals. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that with Lars again, or is it going to be with someone different?
Lars is gonna. We've been talking that he would probably do one song like guest vocals, but there's gonna be Mikko from Blacks and Ian doing the main vocals.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
Yes,
Very nice.
because Blacks and Ian, the whole reason why it was born was because the Spanish label fucked up Dawn of Solace back in the days, 2006. So that kind of continued from Dawn of Solace already. So it would be weird for me to go back completely to the original form, because in my head it was the same band as just, you know, continuing with a different name. So that's why Mikko was the clear and only choice. I wouldn't change him to anybody.
Oh, nice.
The saddest voice in the planet, to my ears at least.
Oh,
It's
very
gonna be
nice.
quite sad sounding album, so his voice will fit well.
Oh, nice. And from one Mika to another Mika, he's now stepped down from touring with Wolfheart. So, has there been any discussions as to the replacement yet, or is it more a case of take it as it comes?
We will take it as it comes. We first do this tour. We're gonna start working with the new album at some point this year.
Yeah.
No idea when it's gonna come out next year, but we don't want to rush with things. There's so many options that we can use as session guys, even for solos on the album. So the album itself wouldn't create any pressure of locking new members. And we are Finnish. It takes time for us to warm up for a new person. So it would be stupid at this point just to rush into decisions like that.
Yeah. How's it been with Vaglas on the tour?
Well, since he's sitting literally 2 meters from me now, trying to look like he's focused on the phone, but he's hearing all the words I say. We were we were insanely lucky to have him, not as a musician but as a person, because he really brings like intense amount of energy, like positive energy, which is not very typical Finnish thing. And not losing one member kind of creates more like negativity in the band. So he actually, balances out insanely well. And as you will notice tonight on the gig, he also, like the performance is not tiny bit weaker, which is always tricky when you bring on session guys. It has happened. We use 6 different session guitar players on all of these tours and short trips between. So it's not always the case that it actually goes better. So in this case, not because he could actually throw me through the glass of the bus or tip the whole trailer with one hand. He's probably the best choice in the universe for us at this moment.
Going way back in time now, I'd like to talk a little bit about Bone Grinder.
Okay.
So was that the first band you actually did drums on, or was there a band before that you did drumming with?
That was kind of like, it wasn't the first one, but the first metal band. I don't know why, but I ended up being a drummer in a rock band.
Oh, okay.
Which name I don't even remember now, but Bone Grinder was the first actual band. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember you saying in the past that it toured with Morse Principum S
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So since then, how many other bands have you drummed in, if you can roughly number them?
Drummed. Can I count the albums? Because I did one Wolfheart album and the 3 before the Dawn albums and Black Sinner albums. Then there was Final Harvest, my Finnish project, Routasielu. I did drums for one Austrian band, Non-Existence, like this doom black metal thing, and Dawn of Solace. Yeah.
Quite a few then.
Well, it becomes as a long list because I played more like I played drums in many of my own albums. Not that I continued being a drummer in any of these bands like in live. So I was drummer for 3 days in the studio.
Yeah.
So yeah, but and I've been doing the album since 2004. So it becomes the short list looks shorter when you look at it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. And also piano as well.
Yeah.
On occasion.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be putting more piano parts into future albums, or is that sort of one thing you want to...
Depends what the songs require.
Yeah.
There's gonna be one song completely with grand piano on Dawn of Solace album. But with Wolfheart, it depends. I write those songs with guitar, and if it needs piano, then there will be piano. But I don't need to add the piano because it would be possible. So we'll see. But it's a tricky instrument with our tempos and low tunings to actually. It gets buried a little bit too easily. So. And I love to use baritone acoustic guitar. So I would probably rather use that than piano on Wolfheart.
Yeah. On the topic of guitar, what's the spare one? Is it still the Schecter, or is it a different spare guitar?
We have the shitty Sector still.
Still got it.
Yeah.
You still have your amphi sound.
I have my amphi sound, so. Again, still it's really sad that the company went into bankruptcy because.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it happened like 2 years ago already, and I haven't found equally good company to make another one, and it's starting to be quite worn off. Like I would need a second one, like a real guitar, at some point, but.
Yeah. Not sure where to go with yet.
Yeah.
Maybe custom shop from someone, but
we'll see. And it has to be custom shop because not even ESP or LTD are making those baritone models that I would like to have because I really like this Randy Rhoads model.
Yeah.
Or Explorer. That would be the second one. Nobody's making those.
Yeah.
Classical models. And it needs to have a reverse headstock. I have a quite clear criteria what kind of guitar it has to be. I don't want to make any compromises with that. So there is no manufacturer at the moment who would make that kind of a guitar that I would want to have.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully soon.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I should have something new for the next album tours, but
Mm. And is it still the same amplifiers as well, or does that keep changing?
that keeps changing. Like every tour, I have different.
Mm.
Like only orange amps are the ones that don't really work for me sound wise. Otherwise, if it's Black Star, Marshall, Hughes and Kettner, Mesabuki, PV, I can get the same sound out.
Yeah.
So I'm really flexible when it comes to gears.
Yeah. Just need a good valve amp to.
It's just a good, really good like high gain tube. I prefer tube amp, but I could even go with transistor. I think with that has a functioning EQ, so I
Yeah.
can just dig out the sound that I want to get out from there, and yeah.
Yeah.
It makes my life so much easier because I don't need to Kemper or XFX. I don't need to carry my own sound with me.
Yeah.
I can work with 90% of the amps that are available. Like every festival has amps that I can always use. So
Yeah. Oh, that's good. On topic of festivals, you played Hellfest recently.
yeah,
How was that?
it was insanely good. I was a little bit worried because we played like noon, like 20 past 12 or something like that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
super early in Hellfest. Yeah.
It's super early, and still the tent was packed. With a huge circle pit, a mosh pit. So people were really awake at that time. That doesn't happen in Finland. Finnish festivals don't even open the gates that early. So
Yeah.
it was a really pleasant surprise to have that active and good crowd.
In terms of set list tonight, I noticed is there any songs from Tyhjä on tonight, or is it?
No.
No. No Tyhjä songs.
That is a weird album when it comes to picking up songs for the. Like we always want to pick up the songs we want to play, and also think about little like with the latest album that we need to promote and show.
Yeah.
But Tyhjä just became one of those albums that I still like the album. I listen to the album, but they don't work live. To
Yeah.
us, probably they would work to audience differently, but for us, they don't create same kind of spark on the stage. So there's and we have 3 songs from the first album. Or 2.
I see.
3, yeah. That is one of the albums that just I could play even more on East Set if we would have a longer one.
Yeah.
That album has a lot of songs we want to play live still. So nothing against with Tyhjä's album. It's not like we rate it as less an album than the other ones, but when it comes to picking live songs, it's just not there.
What would you prefer to have, tea or coffee to drink?
I'm not much of a drinker of either, but I guess tea would be better for me.
Considering where we are now.
Yeah, picking up the points. Yeah. But yeah, I would say tea, but I need sugar. That's my thing. It doesn't matter if it's coffee or tea, I need sugar in it, which kind of like spoils a little bit the whole point.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like quite often actually, if I have throat problem in the tour, I don't even put the tea back on. I just put the ginger and the honey into the boiling water. I don't even mess that up with the tea bag.
Wow.
So, but if I had to choose tea,
Yeah. Thank you, Tuomas.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
to catch you up.